strongly advised. Welcome to the Heikadelic Show right here on Reality Radio 101. To get on board, send us an email right now. Our email address is instudio101@gmail.com. And now, right to your host of the Heikadelic Show, Mr. Heikomantic.
Here we go again. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Gary. Good evening, Terry and Johnny. Nice
How's
to
it
have
going, my
everybody
friend?
back. I've been waiting a couple of days to have another bout of the Heikadelic Show.
Yeah, me too, man. So
Yeah.
we got a killer show coming up tonight. I've been excited about this.
Get together.
What's that, sorry?
Yeah. Like the only way we get together these days, isn't it? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty the way everything is, but you know, we got to make the most of it while it's like this, and I think we've been doing that. But yeah, we got all our pallies coming on here tonight. That's awesome on the Facebook feed, and I hope all our listeners are back on the Heikadelic Show on Reality Radio 101 tonight as well.
Yeah.
But we do have Leon coming on. Ringo, what time do you have him scheduled to come on?
10 p.m. or if he chooses to come on earlier, he's welcome.
Yeah, so if you're listening, Leon, and we're talking about Leon from the Lazies, dude, if you want to come on at any point, just jump on and you know what to do, brother. So yeah. So we got him on tonight, and we're just going to have another fucking drink fest, and we're going to do what the fuck we do, bitches.
So, I see Bobby's on, and he's saying cheers, and cheers. that guy become a super fan, so that's awesome, Bobby.
Yep.
I'm gonna come out there. We're gonna get that tattoo done, and yeah, I got your note earlier today. I might be in on that. We'll see. All right. I'll get back
what are you
to
getting Bobby to tattoo on? Are you just going to be like a W on each cheek, so when you bend over, it says "Wow"? Is that what's going on?
It's kind of top secret. So
top secret.
You know what though? I should go get them. I got a little treat this week, and it was actually Motor City Maniacs cookies. So they were done with really well done. The detail and everything, the adulteress mask and everything. I couldn't believe the level of the detail. So they're sugar cookies with an edible. It's like the top of a cake, right? So pretty awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
Right now.
Now, are these special cookies or?
No. There's no special. Well, I mean, the special part of it is it came from someone special. And,
that's good.
Yeah, complete surprise. So
I thought you were going to say the special thing is it's the Motor City Maniacs cookies because we all know that's not really special. No,
those will be the Heikadelic cookies.
Right. Yeah, the good old Heikadelic cookies.
Yeah.
So sorry, what was that, Ringo?
We got to get Heiko baking out there.
Yeah, really.
Oh, I was baking today. Never mind. I just didn't know you guys wanted special cookies. I would have made some.
Yeah. See, okay. Well, let's move on. Hey, Terry.
So? What?
I think we lost Terry. Terry.
I know. It got quiet. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
That happened to me a couple of weeks ago. Remember? All of a sudden, I disappeared.
You disappeared, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It just kicked me out for some reason, and then I had to dial all the way back in and come back in again. It was weird.
Wow.
So, what were you up to this past weekend? Do anything cool or what?
Well, I was doing working on some trailer wiring and stuff, and let's see what happens with. Terry dropped off. He's probably going to come back on, so it must have been
okay.
his internet
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Were you working on that little trailer you got in your driveway there? That hideaway cave thing?
No, I was actually working on my utility trailer, just installing a set of LED lights. So if I don't run into
okay.
any problems if I back it near water. And,
Right on.
So.
Yeah.
But all right. So somebody wants us to get drinking here.
Do what?
So let's see if we can accommodate. But Terry's gone for some reason. Okay, so here we go. Let's do it. Let's open our pops here.
Let's do it.
Sound good?
Mine's already mine's in a big glass, so just give her.
Here we go.
I'll drink. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that is so good. Gotta love it. You know what? Let's do it again.
Again? All right. We can do that.
Let's do it again. Cheers, everybody.
Nice. So Derek is doing the tra-la-las. So we'll do it again.
Oh, is he?
See if get Terry back in here.
Yeah, I'm back, bitches. I don't know what happened. My whole internet here at home just crashed and burned. Everything went down on me. Everything.
I thought it was somehow my problem.
No, it was nothing to do with you guys. I don't know what happened. When COVID first hit, I was having a hell of a lot of problems with my internet here, and I have good internet here. But this has been the first time in a while, but everything just crashed on me. So I got a few different computers running here, my iPad, everything, and it all just went for a shit. So I'm like, sweet. But I'm back.
Oh,
and,
there's our man. Wobbly Pops.
I thought you fell off the chair. That's what.
That's vibes.
What's that, Hike?
I thought you fell off your chair.
No, I haven't had that much to drink yet. Give it time.
So, hey,
I'm still young.
Maybe later.
Right. Oh, Corey, good to see you, brother. He's saying cheers, boys.
And he's doing a little shameless advertising. I can see.
What is that?
GST Contracting Services at 780-370-5524 for all of your contracting needs, especially aerating, seeding, dethatching, mowing, and stealing your daughter
there
or
you
wife.
Go.
What?
And that'll be out west because that's where Corey lives. So
I guess so. So Corey, is that a what kind of business? Is that your own business or is that someone else's that we're gonna?
He gets drunk and hits a lawnmower and goes around and cuts people's grass.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
So, hey, Bobby just is talking about his trailer. He's looking for somebody with trailer experience. So, hey, yeah, Bob, I actually have owned a few of them. So let me know what you need. I've cleaned out a lot of shit pipes in those trailers.
And I don't know anything about trailers, but I'm more than happy to come and drink. Got your trailer.
So, okay. So Derek says they are watching you. Okay. Suspense is killing me.
Ooh,
who's watching us?
Now.
You know what? I know there are a few people watch us and they don't chime in, and I think they just kind of roll over the session, so we don't even know they're there. But some are cool, some are just trying to find out what the brilliance is in the Heikadelic show. But
because really there isn't any. This is it. Yeah. Sadly,
this is it. So don't go looking for magic sauce here, because the only magic sauce you're going to see is
booze.
Well,
and that's magic. Alcohol is always the magic.
And this is as good as it gets, folks.
So Bobby's saying he does inspections. So there's another.
You do. What was that? Wet inspections.
Wet inspection. WETT. Yeah. For those of you who can't spell. It's not wet inspections are Bobby, you can call in, tell us about it. If you got a business you want to promote or thing you want to promote, call in. Today's your
give us $1,000.
You get it. No, you get it.
Yeah.
Fuck you. We're gonna get bombarded with fucking everybody calling in to give us their fucking businesses.
Just for today, tell us what you do or don't do, and charge money for it, because there's a lot of people who don't do shit and charge money for it, right? So just saying.
Oh, I know.
Well, I know what Bob is. He's got that rub and tug he's putting together at the house. I've seen the chair and everything. I see it. Fuck yeah.
So
I'll be there too.
Scott's saying bubbles. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe
you talk about Trailer Park Boys bubbles, or we talk about something altogether different?
Talking about like somebody blowing bubbles. I don't know. Like
Yeah, maybe
his name. Maybe Scott's claiming his name is Bubbles.
So, Heiko, what were you up to this weekend? Anything new and exciting?
Dude. Right?
What's that? What?
Trailer Park Boys Bubbles. He's a funny dude.
Oh, fucking love Trailer Park Boys.
What's that song he plays, Tara? Liquor.
What? Oh, Liquor and Horse. Yeah. Yeah, I actually just watched an episode of that the other day where he's singing and playing it with like three dudes are standing there. It's pretty good. My bass player Troy plays and sings that all the time around the campfire.
We're all going to get go like he has.
What's that?
We've got to get go-karts like he got.
Fucking right, eh? Yeah. Hell yeah. Ricky gifted that to him when they come into all that money.
Screw that. We got to get Sebastian Bach to come on the show and,
Yeah. I just watched that last week, and his because he was on a 2 or 3 episodes of the Trailer Park Boys. Sebastian Bach was. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I mean, we'll try and hook that up. I'll see if I can give my rock and roll baker cousin a call.
Yeah, get Baz on. That'd be fucking killer, man. Fuck yeah.
Kid Wicked. Yeah. Baz.
So,
reminding me of that. Tara, why don't we talk about that? Where somebody was using.
What are you talking about?
Sebastian's. What was his nickname? Somebody was using in the music. That night we were talking about bands, and you said something about Sebastian Bach and somebody copying his the Baz part.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Oh, okay, and it's all come back to me. Anyway, okay, yeah, let's move on.
Was that the night you guys were holding hands?
No, fuck's sakes. Let's not go down this road again. Unless Gary's going to sing the song.
So, yeah, Bobby's saying wood stove guys. So I think that maybe that's the wet test kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because if you test me, I'm always wet. I have no bladder control.
Speaking of which, I'm putting a wood stove in my little bug out trailer. So it's going to be off grid, self-sufficient. So it's on.
Holy shit, that's going to get hot.
It's going to get hot. I'm going to have Sweat Lodge sexy party in there.
I'm down with that. I'll be the stripper for you.
Yeah.
We do have one from Sandy. And Sandy says, hello, listening to you from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nice.
Sitting bored out of my mind, having a beer. The TV's on, and so is the Heikadelic show. And that is from Sandy.
Thank you so much, Sandy, for tuning in. We're glad you're with us.
Thanks for letting us be part of your boring evening.
Hey.
Yeah, we'll try not to put you to sleep.
Right on. So as we're winding up the show, and we've got Leon from the Lazies coming on a bit later, and he's going to spend I don't know, I guess about an hour with us and talk about his new project, Bandwagon. And Leon, the Lazies, we're just tearing it up and touring all over the
fucking amazing
globe.
Band.
Great, solid, rock and roll. None of this kind of hybrid BS, but it was, just killer stuff. And Leon is a funny character on his own. So we're hoping that, there'll be a lot of laughs. We're going to bring him on the live stream here so you can actually see him. So he may not be wearing pants, but ask him. You know what? This is a good opportunity, and we put this out in a campaign for musicians out there that are up and coming, or doing slightly well. You have an album out, or you're trying to get an album, or trying to get signed. What I know about Bandwagon, and Leon will talk in detail about it, but it's a mentoring program, right? So he's got some really cool, well-known artists involved to support and mentor. So. Bring it on. Call into the station at the bottom of the screen. You'll see the scrolling, and you got you can dial into the reality radio studio, and Gary will get you on. And yeah, get some dialogue going on, interaction with him. That'd be awesome. I'm just noticing here, Chris Galley, and he's a buddy of mine, and yeah, he's been meaning to dial in. He's a part of an essential service, and really been working his ass off to make sure that we're.
What's he do?
He works with a shipping company, and but he runs a local office, and it's a UPS store. It's the one out in Curtis, kind of like Town Line and Highway 2, or yeah. So I think there's a big Walmart or something, or one of the smaller Walmarts. But you know what? Honestly, he's been for us. It's been really awesome service because you know, my stuff comes in like clockwork, and I go in and chat with him for a little bit. But you know, he's got everybody set up with proper social distancing and everything. And so even in the tougher, you know, we'll say just before the peak and everything, you know, I felt for this guy because he's so committed, right? And his dad actually. You know, he's got some others involved with the store, but Chris pretty much carries the boat, works a lot of hours to make sure people get their shipments. And I'll tell you, when that toilet paper came in, I was like, wow, this is awesome. And then realized they didn't need it all. But so thanks for that, Chris. And Chris is a real funny guy. You know, he likes to, he likes, you know, good sense of humor in that. And anyway, we'll welcome to the show, Chris. And you know, the Lazies are coming up shortly.
It's funny about getting deliveries and stuff, because a lot of those services are totally taxed right now.
Yeah,
we find if you order directly from a store, you get it pretty quick, a couple of days.
Right.
But if you order it from Amazon, holy shit. We put an order in 3 weeks ago. It's still not here.
Yeah, so
it's crazy.
What you got to do?
They're so far behind.
Yeah, but what you got to do, like, because I order stuff. We probably order stuff almost daily, but you got to look at the fine print, right? Like if it says, if you're doing the thing and it says, you know, gives you a delivery date that's under Prime and it's a couple of days, then you're going to get it. I've never not gotten it, but if you don't pay attention to the details, like I've got some stuff coming in July that I'm like, shit, I shouldn't have ordered. But yeah, so my latest order was actually this morning. So I ordered a volleyball net and a horseshoe kit. So getting ready for a
if you
protest.
get it through Prime, it's better.
Yeah, I subscribe to Amazon Prime, and you get a little perk there. I guess you get Prime movies and stuff. Terry, you've got it as well, right?
Yeah. I watch it all the time. Actually, I like Prime.
Right.
Prime Videos, that is.
Well, we're not here to advertise for Amazon because you know what? They're probably
one
of the biggest.
Of my money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we're definitely loyal customers.
I'm just trying to figure out this friggin' sharing thing. I can't seem to figure out what I'm supposed to to give you that new outro. So
yeah,
I'm not sure.
You saw that text message, right?
Yeah, I'm actually looking at everything, and I don't know what I this is so weird. Like, what I sent you an email, and it won't allow you to see it unless I give you permission. Like, how the fuck does that work? I sent it to you already. Like,
right, and I got both originally, but is there a way you can send me the outro the same way you sent me the intro?
Yeah,
that's what I don't understand. I thought I did.
So why don't you send the outro through the intro?
There may or may not have been alcohol involved in this when I was sending shit. I don't know. Fuck me. Let me see what I can figure out. But yeah, I'll try and get that to you by the end of the show.
Go in through the outdoor.
Can be used in through the outdoor, dirty bastard.
Yeah.
No, that's not a good thing. That's messy.
Oh, is it?
Ralph wrote in, and I can concur. He says Johnny sounds horrible going over the air.
Oh, does he?
Well, you're still distorted, right?
Oh, okay.
Like
Let me see if I can dial it back.
When you're talking, you're like, this is how you sound. Going, hey,
right.
And that's how you sound. It's the configuration, man. I'm telling you. It's not the mic or anything like
it's
that.
my dynamic. It's definitely not my vocal because I have the voice of an angel.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
So, okay.
Yeah, but see, I don't understand. Aren't you guys set up through the same thing?
We are. We totally are.
We are.
And that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, but our
Johnny,
voices are different. Like,
are you going through any, when you do your,
yeah,
sometimes vocoders, you do some voice things in your, is your mic signal chain going through that, effect unit?
No, not at, no, it's a, no, that's a different soundboard, actually. It's a different, yeah. All I'm doing there is porting in that audio. So, but I'm not used to this new mic. And so I need to sit back.
Not the mic. I could tell you right now, it's not.
Okay.
But we'll get through it. I mean, I can understand you and everything, but Ralph said you sounded distorted, and I can hear the distortion.
Is that better?
So it's the same thing every week. So it's not the mics if you change it. It's something in your configuration.
Mm. Yeah. Okay.
So anybody out there that has a hard time hearing Mr. Ringo and thinks he's distorted, have a couple of more drinks and everything will be fine.
Everything will be
up. Maybe that's why I don't notice it, because I'm always half cut when the show starts. Maybe that's it.
Okay. So let's have a listen to
what?
This.
What are you doing?
Are you gonna fart again?
No.
Hi, some people call me a narcissist, but it's really Johnny Ringo from Motor City Maniacs. You are on the Heikadelic Show, Reality Radio 101. Let's rock it!
So what the hell was the point in that? You narcissistic prick.
Needed to change. Yeah, I had
Sound a little excited there.
Yeah, right, eh?
A little bit. I had to move my dinner over.
So that's why you played it?
You know what? Do you know what a great sport is for all this social distancing bullshit?
What's that?
Ride a motorcycle.
Oh, sorry. I was way out.
No.
I was
We just went on a really awesome motorcycle trip this weekend with a bunch of friends, and it's perfect. Everyone's on their own bike. You're way more than 6 feet apart. Having a great time.
I got one for you. You know, Lou had the alternate HHR ride, right, over the weekend?
Right.
And,
no, what was that?
Well, the HHR, the Highway Heroes ride that he normally has.
Yeah, I heard they weren't doing it.
No, they weren't, but they did an alternative thing. They couldn't sanction it because of the social distancing and all that crap. So they had an alternative ride where they still had 180 bikers show up. And and after they pulled into one of the hospitals in Toronto to show their support for the frontline workers, the doctors and all that stuff, OPP came up and 3 or 4 cops, and they started giving tickets and charging Lou for the ride for not having all the riders social distancing.
Really?
Are you kidding me?
What are the tickets for that?
Well, they said they're going to bring charges on him, and he said, well, wait a minute. I let the OPP know that we weren't going to do the normal 700-800 bikes, and it's just this alternative ride because, we couldn't sanction it because of the, everything going on in Toronto, the laws and the rules. He said, but, if you have a problem with bikers being close to each other, then you go ahead and you give everyone an individual ticket, and he was being sarcastic. And, he said, don't take it out on me. And he said the cops were really, really nice to him. But he said, well, we got a couple of complaints that all you guys were on the road and you weren't 6 feet really.
Fuck off. I've had 2 motorcycles get closer than 6 feet.
And then when they met in the parking lot of the hospital, of course, they all were corralled, right, together.
Yeah. That I could see.
Yeah, but come on. So look, you do that, but yet if you go in downtown Toronto on Saturday, hundreds of people are on the sidewalks in the parks that are not 6 feet apart because 90% of it is opened up already. And the bottom line is, why aren't the cops going after all those people?
Yeah, like the 10,000 people that were in the park there a couple of weeks ago in Toronto.
Right, literally. So come on. I just want to let you know that's no big deal, but
that's fucked.
Yeah,
so
that's bullshit.
So So I think the fines, from what I heard, could be $1,800 and up, right?
Wow.
For violating. But yeah, it's a funny situation. I think, though, if it wasn't sanctioned to or allowed to happen, because again, what's the difference between that and a rock concert? And I know, Heiko, you're going to get on this, but I have a Harley.
Oh yeah.
I've been in a bike club. I was an executive in the bike club, and we had 140 bikers at one point, right? And
Yep.
the fact is that yeah, there's going to be social distancing when you're riding, but then how many bikers do you know that don't do the traditional handshake and hug and stuff like that? So I don't know what went on at this, but there are points where the bikes get corralled and stuff like that. So there's still a lot of risk. I'll tell you what really burned me this week, though, was to move on, was that announcement that came out about the, I guess, bars and restaurants being able to open with some limitations, and the big circle around it. And there's Bobby just kind of chiming in. The fact that they are basically banning music, right? They're saying you can't play, you can't have live bands or live entertainment, and you can't have music because people will tend to lean in because it's too noisy. It's like, come on. You know what? Honestly, if you want my opinion on that, whoever drafts this shit, to me, that's like segregation, right? Music matters as well, right? Just like everything else. Music has gotten people, a lot of people that are dealing with depression and all kinds of stuff right now, when they can go on Facebook or Instagram or other media and be able to watch a musician, whether it's some world famous musician or just somebody hacking in their basement, it's been a welcome release of entertainment. And people appreciate that. People will gather around and listen. So I think the intent was to make sure that there are enough safeguards in that people don't lean over. Come on, all right. You have to trust people that they're going to be respectful and put it out there, but don't ban it. For God's sakes, don't ban it. So I'm really fumed about that. Bobby figured we should start a protest, I think, on that one. But
yeah,
I think,
well, after hearing about what happened to the boys from the show before ours, I'm not sure if you got to have to be real careful too, because you'd be looking at some huge fines if your protest turns, just be careful. It's my my only advice, because this is fucked. Is it whatever they deem okay to be out, thousands of people outside is okay, but you want to have a gathering in your backyard with some bands and some friends and shit, you could be nailed pretty hefty fines for that. So just be careful, my friend.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I see nothing wrong with music. Like music is fine. The only time I can see a problem with this is we talk about like the clubs where the music is so fucking loud you can't hear nothing anyways, and that's where they're talking about everybody having to get closer together to hear each other.
Right.
But the regular place where you go and have something to eat, something to drink, and there's music playing, or even live entertainment, it's never that fucking loud. So it's bullshit. Total bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. It's fucked.
Bobby says that COVID's over. I don't think it's completely over. I mean, if you look at some underlying stats and long-term care and stuff like that, it's not. I mentioned on last week's show, 4 of my friends have died from it.
Yes.
But it's definitely still there. The question is, how is it going to be, later in the year, but does this repeat itself next year? So I think really the big fix is going to be if they find a vaccine or some kind of prevention for this particular virus. But until then, it's all uncertain, right?
Sure it is.
So anybody in the music business, I mean, they're looking at alternatives. There are concerts now that are going to be streaming, and you buy into those concerts and so on. But again, venues, and we talked about this in length last week about the fact that, you know what, we're going to we're going to have capacity issues and all kinds of stuff. So I've heard people talking about that over and over again. So, but so we got also through some, I guess, relatively peaceful protests. I didn't hear anything locally that went too wrong.
Yeah, well, I think they had one here in the Schwiggity this on Sunday, which went well, so that was good.
Yeah, and it kind of extended out into some of the outer lying areas and that, but I certainly didn't hear.
And I have no issue with protesting. We all have that right, and we should be able to use that right. It's just don't fuck shit up when you're protesting, because that's going against everything you're working for. So just be cool, man, and just do what you're there to do, and
it does. I mean, if you look at that Montreal situation, and we don't want to bore everybody with all that. You've heard enough about it, but the break-in and stuff like that, looting stores and all that. How does that help the protest, right? I mean, really. I mean,
well, you have the looting, the protesting, all that kind of stuff. That has nothing to do, or the looting and smashing windows has nothing to do with the protest.
Right.
It's something completely, different.
That's right. So, anyway, so we're getting, we'll have Leon on in about 8 minutes or so. So, we're really stoked to have him on, and he'll be talking about his bandwagon project. And we're going to try and pry out of him some of the, what's happening with the lazies right now. Like, what are the guys doing? There's, Maddie and, others in the band that are, I think they're in different parts of the world right now, right? Isn't Maddie in Australia or
no? Maddie's in Toronto. TJ's here. He's from here. He's from Toronto, and of course Leon's here. So the drummer's back home, and so is Liam.
Nice. And that's
so. Gary, do we have any more emails before they come on?
Derek Whatever writes in. He says, "Hey guys, I'm Derek from Gun Barrel Highway, Australia. I love the promo. Do you guys have merch? But really, tonight for my birthday, do we get to hear MCM and Toad play live acoustic voice of an angel?" That's from Whatever.
Derek, right? I forgot it was your birthday, man. I would have.
Yeah, happy birthday, by the way, brother. Which I already said to you earlier today. So.
What kind of friend are you? You forgot his birthday.
I didn't. I messaged him earlier. I'm a great fucking friend.
So,
all right, Derek. We're going to say happy birthday to you from the Heikadelic show.
Yeah.
Woohoo! How's that?
You know what? I think that is really deserving of toast, right?
Yep. Let's do this. Toast for Derek the Stoner, everyone.
Everybody got a beer. Here we
grab your drink.
All right, let's get back to the emails because I think Gary wasn't done yet.
Yep, I have one from Stan. Stan says, "Hey guys, listening to you from Washington, D.C. Love the show. This is the third time I listened. I think you guys are pretty funny. Stay healthy." That's from Stan.
Thanks, Stan.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, Stan. And I hope you keep listening.
And third stay healthy yourself.
Yeah.
Any more, Gary?
Nope, that's it as of right now.
Okay.
Perfect.
So Ringo, maybe you should. What's that? Sorry. Go ahead.
I just got actually a text on my phone that I noticed, and it's like, what does that say on your shirt? Which I guess my shirt, which is hiding here by the mic. There you go. So it says fighter. But I kind of wore that in honor of it's actually I used to be involved with a kickboxing school, but I kind of wore it in out of respect for people who are dealing with COVID. I mean, it's very tough depending on your situation, and you know what, you got to fight your way through it, and just believe you're going to get through it. So anyway,
yeah.
So
Keisha just mentioned too. She said I was talking about COVID and I coughed. Oh my God, am I sick?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Exactly.
That's kind of what it boils down to. There's so many symptoms, right, that are covered now that, your grocery. So I did some serious grocery shopping this week, and
Yep.
I got 2 carts, one of which Terry pushed, and
Oh, fuck. I remember this was fucked.
oh yeah. So anyway, we went out and did that, and so it we doing the whole social distancing and the rubber gloves, and we had an extra pair for later, of course, but the so we run into
Sick fuck.
we're at the cash out line, and of course we dominate the 2 cash things, and what they do now is on the conveyor, they only allow you to do one because it's not social distancing, right? So anyway, coincidentally, a friend of Terry's, a co-worker of Terry's, I guess somebody who's left or retired or whatever, is behind us. So he's like, oh, hey, and Terry's like, hey, man, haven't seen you in a while, blah, blah, blah. Of course, we're like the length, he's at the back of the cash, and at the front of the cash. Terry and I are at the back of the cash. Anyways, we were talking, and of course we're dealing with the groceries and everything. So I kind of, it maybe looked a little odd to that guy that, we were out shopping, and he goes, well, so what are you guys doing with all those groceries? You going to like up to the cottage or something? I said, yeah, you just, you don't want to go up to those cottage country areas with the groceries, I said, wait till we hit the liquor store and the beer store, right? So, but it was a little bit of a cover because I think he might have thought we were a couple for some reason.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that story was when he calls me and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I'm just laying here. Well, I was just watching TV, just chilling. And he's like, you want to come with me? I got to go shopping. So I was thinking, I just want somebody to hang out with. I get there and he gives me a cart. And when we left there, both of them were overfilling with fucking groceries. I'm like, who the fuck? What are you buying groceries for a year? And that was only half of it. Then he went to a different store and put in a meat order that was more than what he paid for there. And the funniest thing was I get a text. I get a text from Ed, and he says, hey, what are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm actually just out grocery shopping with Ringo. And he says, he just starts laughing. And I said, well, people didn't think we were gay yet. They sure as hell do now. Not there's anything wrong with it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 hours to fucking grocery shop. He's like, oh, yeah, this is pretty good. I'm like, 2 hours? Fuck. And then it was another 2 hours to put the shit away.
Going out on the town together, the two of you. Like, what the hell?
That's going out on the town grocery shopping. The only thing we were missing were actually holding hands.
No, not really, no. I mean, in terms of social distancing and all of that stuff, you're allowed up to, I think, 5? But have they officially increased?
I heard
to 10
they
now?
pushed that up today till 10. But the weird thing is they're saying this phase 2 in Ontario is you could see certain things as of like Friday. But the people that were left out was Toronto and pretty much so GTA and Durham, we're all fucked. So it doesn't account for anything here. So it's not going to matter here, which shit, because, I've been needing a haircut for a while. I'm really desperate for a fucking sack and crack now. But
okay. No, we're
like,
you don't need a haircut, buddy. We're going to put pigtails in you.
Are you crushing beer cans again?
They're already dreaded, so
Ice Cube. He's digging in the cooler. So
yeah. No, he's you're making your drinks, right? You're like adding ice and shit, or you're not just drinking beer, are you?
Oh no, I got good hardcore drinks going here.
Yeah,
he's in already. Yeah,
he's going to town.
Yeah. So Leon's going to be a couple of minutes. He texted me, and he's just kind of getting situated. Cool. A wild man with his schedule is, he's a rock star. We expect, right?
Yeah. Well, him and I were on Matt's show tonight. Matt Talks. He did a special for the music hall closing and everything, and he did a special on Instagram. And he contacted me on Friday, and asked if I'd go on the show. I actually didn't even know Leon was on it. I don't know if that was a last minute thing. I have no idea. But I was actually surprised because he put out the post for it of everyone that's going to be on. He had like Terry Code from the Heikadelic show, and he has got like Kevin Komu of Crown Lands and everything. And I didn't see that Leon in there, so I don't know if he just he jumped in towards, because he was right after me. But I went on. I started his broadcast off and just talked about. He wanted to know what it was like my time at the Hall, and I kind of told the story of how it all actually happened and how I got involved. And I actually talked because I met Ed and Maggie through Johnny Ringo. So, and I talked about our show that we put on there, Something Wicked This Way Comes, and how that all happened, and told the story of how it all began, which was literally Ed was overwhelmed one night at the Hall, and he was short of, he didn't have a lighting guy in place. And he's like, hey, sit here. And I was like, why? And he's like, just sit the fuck down. So I sat down at the lighting desk. He's like, now push this button. Okay, now push that button. And that's where my lighting guy career started, because literally within a week later, I was doing lighting for Gatto. So that's how it all started for me. I was literally just tossed into the fire, which was awesome. And honestly, probably one of my best points in my life was getting involved in that place and being a part of that family. So yeah, we chatted about that, and then Leon come on, and then he told some funny stories, and yeah, it was great. It was a good time. So what else? What's Derek saying here? June 27th, Launchpad Studio out of Willow Beach, the House of Haunt. So what is that exactly, Derek? Derek, you're playing there? Like, what is this? Launchpad Studio. What the hell is Launchpad Studio?
Maybe they're doing a stream out of there. Yeah, tell us more about that.
That's cool.
So, hey, Derek. Actually, last week, let Heiko mix his drink first.
Let Heiko mix his drink.
Right. Okay. So last week, Code and I had extended the Heikadelic show to sort of like an after show. So we just continued the stream for, I don't know, what time did we wrap up?
From the time we started on Reality Radio, then Reality Radio, we finished that show. We kept going. It was a total of 5 hours. We were online. So yeah, I wasn't feeling any pain by the end of that. Let's just put it that way.
No, you definitely were. I heard the F-bomb way too many times. So the Bobby Cousins and Derek and I forget who else, or some other people in and out, but it was super awesome because okay, I think we have Mr. Leon.
Oh, are we?
Hey, Leon.
Oh, there he is.
Hey,
how's it going, brother?
Guys? Oh,
good.
Trying to battle technology.
Oh, we know
just trying to battle technology. Do I do it this way or do I do it the other way? The landscape.
No, you know what? You sound great. I mean, we can hear you fine.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
What do you reckon I go? Do I flip it to the other way like this? Is that
you can try it. Yeah, see what it does.
Oh no.
There you go. You're full screen, and just get your eyeballs in there, and
there you go. Fuck,
there
man.
You go.
You got your drinks going, which I know you and I did the same stream earlier with Matt, and you were drinking then too. So this is going to be good.
Yeah.
Cheers, brother.
Leon's drinking girls' night
guys. Out. It's great for you to have me on the show, and I very much appreciate it.
Dude, we've had the invite out to you, and it will remain in place whenever you want to come on and promote anything or just chill out. You are always welcome, dude. Glad to have you.
Yeah.
So
thanks a lot.
We've actually been a big supporter of the Lazies since since we've been on this show, and we played your guys' stuff. We talk about you all the time because we want everybody to know who the fuck you guys are as the Lazies. But outside of that, we've been starting to support your whole bandwagon thing. So why don't you talk a bit about what's going on with bandwagon?
Well, thank you very much for that. Yeah, man, it's awesome. It's a concept that I sort of came up with some time ago, but I always kind of, I don't know, from my personal experience, I've always found the music industry a very challenging place, especially building a career. Like, where the fuck do you start?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, in layman's terms, like, holy shit, it's like the most insane four-wheel drive track you've ever driven, and you need the equipment to get there. But yeah, you know, we came from Australia and we flew all the way to Canada and, you know, somehow got a start in the music industry here, and that led to Europe. So I'd like to pass that knowledge down, and I'd like to pass on information and skills and all sorts of things like that can help bands, you know. And since launching it, I don't know, man, I reckon I'm working with like at least 5 bands solidly around the
Right.
clock, but I reckon I've worked with up to 15 to 20 bands now, and we have a range of mentors. We, you know, ranging from myself, John from Monster Truck. I've got Ryan Roxy. He's Alice Cooper's guitarist of 23 years.
That's
Nice.
sweet.
Which is funny though. No one's reached out to work with him, and I'm like, is it because
Really?
is it because like he's coming on to this high school band I work with, working with them all week this week with John from the truck. And I think it's obviously it's a marketing thing. So I'm getting my website all sorted out and whatnot, and have a marketing team coming on board. But it's like, if you're in a band and you want to know how the fuck to rock, like check out
That's the
Bandwagon.
guy.
You can get personalized mentorship with a guy who's played next to Alice Cooper for 23
Sure.
years.
Right? That's incredible.
Yeah, you know, like I get bands reach out and stuff. They're like, you know, it might be a bit expensive. Well, I tell you what's expensive. Going to fucking Loblaws. That's expensive.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Go to the beer store and here in Canada too. It's expensive as fuck. But
so
okay.
I always have a little bit, sorry fellas, but I always have a little bit of a rough guerrilla kind of spiel about Bandwagon. But the bottom line is, if you want a career in music, this is going to give you a leverage. It's going to give you a springboard, and it's going to give you real advice. And that's something that isn't being offered right now. So that's
Right.
Bandwagon. Check us out, Bandwagon Workshops.
So I do have a question in regards to how do bands, if bands want to get involved with Bandwagon, how does that happen? Like, do they reach out to you and you choose? Like, how does that all work?
No, there's an email, bandwagonworkshops@gmail.com. As I said, we're getting our website up and running. We have a Facebook page and Instagram page right now at the same handle, Bandwagon Workshops. I am open to any bands of any levels that are passionate. I've done everything from run, you know, little festivals with emerging bands, teaching drums, teaching guitar. You know, Matt has other lazies as well. Everybody's really approachable in this program.
Yeah.
And yeah, just get in touch. You have to take one step before you can take the next step. And
Right.
you know, my band's proof of that. We've taken many, many steps, and you know, I don't think that kind of guidance should be something that isn't offered. Yeah.
No, it's brilliant. You
Yeah,
seem
thank
to have
you.
found like a nice little a niche that you can kind of grab a hold of. There's so many great bands out there that we've all seen, especially when I spent my time at the music hall. I've seen so many fucking awesome bands, and they would just love to have an opportunity to work with people that have already been there and are doing that. You know what I mean? So I think it's brilliant. Great idea.
Yeah,
so,
thanks, man.
So who are some of the others? I know you have some industry guys involved in this as well, right?
Yeah, so absolutely. Like first and foremost, from Canada and Toronto, Daryl Hurst. He's the organizer, the creator of Indie Week Toronto. Right. So I mean, again, what a guy to
have on your team. Right.
What a brain to pick. So I guess, you know, for me, it's music's all about like what you want to do, of course, and what direction you want to take, and the songs that you want to write. But you need to learn to do it in a way that people resonate with and they connect with. And you know, I urge all bands out there to take that step, because a lot of them don't. They think, oh, well, you know, I should be able to write what I want to write, or I should be able to express myself the way I want to express myself. Well, that's fantastic. You know,
Probably not marketable though, right?
The music industry doesn't really work that way, especially if you want to hit that superstardom, right?
well,
Yeah.
here you go. You know, people pay lots of money to get delegate passes to those kind of conferences like Indie Week. This is a conference in your lounge room. You could have 90 minutes with Daryl and pick his brain. You wouldn't get 90 minutes with Daryl at Indie Week.
No, fuck
Bloody
no.
pissed at a showcase, hanging out. You might get 3 minutes to make.
If you're lucky.
Exactly. And Daryl's a great guy. I've got my manager of the Lazies, Chris Klemick. He's just an absolute all-round gentleman, and he's taken my band from literally being in Canada and thinking what's the next steps to playing sold-out stages in Wacken and signing us with leading rock and roll UK agent. You know, this guy's got clout. This guy's got experience and knowledge beyond the everyday person. So, you know, why wouldn't you want to pick his brain?
Right. Exactly.
It's like, how serious? How do you bake a fucking loaf of bread? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta learn from fucking mama. You know what I mean?
Unrelated question, Heiko, are you spanking the monkey back there? Because we're hearing lots of noise somehow.
No, there's no noise here.
Okay. All right. Oh, it's
Everybody's
Leon.
gone to bed.
Who's spanking what monkey?
Yeah. Sometimes we come on here and just, you know, apparently do stuff to ourselves
like,
while we're on the air.
Yeah. Well, you can only see from the what?
Is my mic fucking up or something?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, it's probably okay. It was just a little
No,
noise.
you know what's good is you guys can all see each other, but you can't see me, so you don't know what the fuck I'm up to.
I know. All we can hear is
right.
Who's this?
This is actually Heiko of the Heikadelic show. It's his fucking show, and we can't see him because he literally talks to us through a soup can and a string. He lives so fucking far out of town. He has no internet out there, so he can't get on the stream. So
he lives up north where the weed is plentiful, but
that's right, dude.
Internet connection.
And he's got horses out there, so we can go smoke weed and go horseback riding.
Yeah. So, Leon,
Brokeback Mountain style.
That's right.
Exactly. I can't quit you. I can't quit you. So I never saw the movie. Never saw it.
Yeah, right. You own it, you fucking liar.
I saw it twice. It was good.
So you had a question there, Ringo? You had a text or something that you wanted that somebody sent you, right? Or some shit?
Yeah. No, not really.
Oh, you fuck sakes.
No, I was going to ask Leon though. What are the other boys up to in the band right now?
Oh, jeez.
Obviously, you're a little more productive at this point, I think, right? It's bandwagon.
Hey, don't put me too much on a pedestal. I'll get used to it. No,
you know
Matt's always writing riffs and stuff like that. He's always sending riffs through to me. Liam's actually like a really good sound guy and works in the convention center over in Sydney. Because of his virus, it's no, Liam.
Oh, Liam. Sorry, I thought you said Matty.
Yeah, Liam.
Oh, I didn't realize.
So
I didn't realize that's what he does. That's killer.
Yeah. He's. I mean, it's a huge team that run that place. So, but that's kind of been shut down like the rest of the world. Andy, he's right into his craft brewing, and he's always hanging about a brewery somewhere.
God bless him.
And also, Andy's been he's been conducting a few interviews like within the band on socials.
That's cool.
So I think my one's coming up this Thursday. And TJ he's a bit of a carpenter off the road. So. Right. Yep. He likes to fucking drop a bit of drywall there, bud.
The Canadian boy in the band.
So Leon, good old TJ.
I've seen you play at the hall. I think a couple of times, but you guys tear it up, man. You're such a wild man on stage. But what really kind of blew me away was because like you're very pure hard rock, just awesome. My band, does something a little bit darker, but I know what it's like to get on a stage and just put all that passion into it. So, good on you.
Thanks.
Like what blew me away though was when you did your solo stuff. I mean, you put something up
Oh
about,
yeah.
hey, you're going to do some solo stuff, right? And it's going to be different, right? And I said, yeah, I think I posted a ballad, right? Or ballads or something. And sure enough, I think your first one was a ballad, right? So, but yeah, man, you're a hell of a songwriter. And, just like when I look at a song, I look at, definitely the melody, some of the changes and stuff to see if there's good flow and all of that stuff. And yeah, great stuff.
Thank you.
So for
Thanks.
doing that. And then when you came up with Bandwagon, I'm thinking, yeah, perfect match. So yeah,
Yeah.
kudos.
Thanks, man. Like, yeah, I don't know. My whole life's been music, and my dad was a music teacher. My mum was an English teacher, so she was always trying to get me to be a bookworm, and I just like belting drums too much. But that
There's no
that
partying
kind of
and
came.
reading books. What the hell is that?
I was like, Mum, I don't want to be a fucking bookworm. Come on. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like my parents were very supportive with music, and it's been a colourful existence and not always charming, to be honest, but there's those walls you got to break through before you can see the other side. And I've definitely had a lot of those. So I feel it for musicians. It's such a tough industry, and to be kind of noticed is what we all set out to achieve, I guess. Technically.
Yeah.
And generally it's the best songs that break through, and I have Ian to thank for that, because he schooled me, man. Like I hope to school people through Bandwagon. One of the first things he said to me was, I love the show, man, but you guys ain't got any songs. And that was like our lead. And I was like, oh, fuck, if this guy's telling me that, then I probably should take notice,
Now, when you said Ian, explain to people that may not know who that is, who you're actually talking about, because that's pretty impressive all on its own.
Right. Yeah, Ian's the guitarist, songwriter, and producer for Billy Talent. So he's like the triple threat.
Oh, yeah.
Just like he can do anything basically, and he can sing that song. Anything you can do, I can do better.
I've always been such a Billy Talent fan too. So when I found out that's who you guys were working with, I was like, "Fuck, man, you're in good hands for damn sure." Great band. And so
yeah.
As far as I know you guys are working on a new album right now, Lazy's, that is.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going, and where are you with that? In the progress with that?
Well, we are definitely fucking balls deep.
Nice.
Excusez-moi. We really attack writing an album. We're very fortunate to be able to attack it like the old school bands. Like, I don't really ever perceive the Lazies ever writing an album that's not going to take a year. But we also have the fact that Ian's in a very famous band as well, and he has a very full on schedule. So we very much have to base a lot of stuff around when he can make time for us. And he works such long hours because he'll do Billy Talent stuff all day, and then Matt and Leon appears on the screen, and he's there ready to work with us. So,
Right.
But I think that it's a bit of a blessing in disguise too, because he's just so regimented and so clued in that he just won't rush anything. So if it took a year and a bit to write a Lazy's album, that'll just have to be the case. But it's quite funny though. Like a song like "Nothing But Trouble," the algorithms and shit on YouTube and Spotify and streaming services it's really starting to just fucking get a kick right now. Like I'm seeing it go up like
exponentially
I
now.
don't know. Like last time I looked on YouTube, it was 1 million hits, and now it's 1,070,000, and that's probably been 2 weeks. So those songs aren't even done. They're almost only being discovered by a lot of people.
Right.
So it's really cool.
Yeah.
So we can smack those people in the face with the new record soon.
Right.
So
we're three full songs deep.
So guys, we're gonna.
We have.
Okay, so Kathy's got a question. Will Bandwagon expand beyond bands and help others learn other aspects of the music world, like promoting bands?
Beyond bands, yeah. I mean, of course. We just did our first comedy mentorship. A comedian from London, Ontario, but he's toured right through North America, called Jeff Leeson. He's a funny guy. He's really good. He's done a lot of great specials, and he's mentoring comedians. Yeah, so like anybody of course, if you were an aspiring sort of band manager or wanted to get into festival bookings or even just, booking shows, anything that encompasses music, there's going to be someone that can help you within this fold of amazing mentors. So that was the aim from the start.
Yeah, I mean it's very scalable at this point, right? It could probably get some tentacles and do some other things for the music industry and artists specifically. So, and maybe even somehow promoters. But Gary,
we're totally going into porn next.
that boy. I'll join you.
We're going to call it. Are we going to call it lazy?
I want to be a porn star.
That's me too.
Is it going to be Leon's casting coach, or is it going to be the lazy tube?
The lazy tube.
Oh, geez.
I think you should go with Leon's casting couch. I think that's brilliant.
Lazy porn. No, there it is. It's crystal clear. It's got to be lazy porn. Right?
Lazy porn.
I think it's already been done. Casting couch.
Lazy.
I like the idea of lazy porn. That's perfect. That's perfect for me, actually.
That's how actually, like you get asked on radios and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's the worst question you can ever ask a band, but how did you get your band name? It's like, the lazies. Our story is actually terrible. So I just say, and I still to this day say, well, Matt just got called a lazy root. So we went from there.
Nice.
A lot of little
perfect.
I'm just gonna.
Fuck. What are you supposed to say,
Leon? I'm just gonna ask our producer Gary, who's in the background here. Gary, do we have any emails or?
Yeah, you have one that came in from Keisha from Barrie.
Okay.
And she just loved. She says, "Love the new intro. My dad gave me a face guard to wear when I go grocery shopping. I could tell a few people were looking at me funny, but I didn't care. They are much better for airflow compared to other masks. I barely just walked into the grocery store when I felt the sneeze coming on. I put my arm up to cover my mouth and forgot I was wearing the face guard. My sneeze sprayed all over the inside of the visor to the point that I couldn't see. And you can't take me anywhere. Glad to know that they work. I'm listening in with an Englishman who was recently introduced to real maple syrup." And that's from Keisha from Barrie.
All right, thanks, Keisha. So what do you think about the ladies?
Mr. Englishman, bottle, okay? It goes on pancakes.
Yeah.
Well, what she should have done with that face mask she sneezed into, she should have wrote inside it, "the lazies," is what she should have done on the inside of that. But you have to write it backwards.
I think she sounds lonely.
No, Keisha's actually one of our big listeners here. So absolutely,
really?
Thanks for listening.
I'd like to throw a shout out to. I'd like to throw a shout out to our mate Bobby Cousins, because I know he listens.
Yeah, he's been here all night.
Bobby's on radio.
He's got about 5 lazies tattoos now, and he's a good bloke. I like him.
Yeah, we keep teasing.
How are you, Bobby?
He's been building his own tattoo studio in his house, and I keep telling everyone it's not a tattoo studio. He's building a rub and tug. Let's face it. You're building a rub and tug. I've seen the chair. No, he's actually a super listener, a super great guy, and he's always a part of the show here. So he's actually been asking stuff, but friggin' Ringo hasn't been on bringing it up. But he was saying hi to you earlier, and wanted to know how you're doing.
I brought it all up, but you were talking about yourself too much there, so it's like,
go fuck yourself, Ringo, fucking prick.
There he is, Bobby. Hey, I'm just gonna get my phone charger. Give me 1 second so I don't cut out here.
So, if there's anybody else that's listening and they want to ask a question or something like that, just contact us through email or give us a call.
Yep.
And ask Leon whatever you want to ask him.
Yeah.
Yep. This is the man. He's here with us tonight, and you know what? This guy has toured all over the world. He played Wacken, and they played so many amazing festivals last summer, and they would be doing that right now with this, like coming up to the season for outdoor festivals in Europe. But unfortunately, COVID shut everything down. But so if you want to chat with Leon, you want to say anything to him, call in, email in, message us on Facebook, and we'll do this shit. Oh, what? Now I said that. Now we lost him. Oh, fuck. Of course we did.
Hang on.
He's coming back.
No, we can hear your audio.
How come the Motor City Maniacs or Code are at Wacken? That's where you guys should be rocking.
Yeah. No.
Every band should be there, but that's not a simple task. Wacken is one of the biggest metal festivals in the world. So
yes, it is.
100,000 strong every year.
Next level, man.
We got you now.
Well, I know you've got like a tattoo, right, Leon, from Wacken? You got done, right?
Yeah. We all got it.
You're gonna show it.
Yeah, he's just setting up his camera. He's showing us.
What's my leg?
So,
there it is.
Leon.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't see it.
He's got pants on this time, finally.
So this has turned into a porn channel, right? Like,
it's
I got to see Leon's crotch.
Right. So you didn't only play Wacken last summer. You played. What's that? Sorry.
Okay. Nothing.
What were some of the other bigger festivals you played through Europe last year?
We did the two in Germany was Wacken and Summer Breeze. And then we did two in the UK called Bloodstock, which was fucking gnarly, and Rambling Man. We got to play with the Darkness. That was awesome.
That's cool.
And then we did it was super cool. They were great. What a great band. And then we did one in Spain. Sorry?
I saw one of those concerts where you posted a pic where you're doing that big swan kick up in the air or something like that. You're kind of like flying through the air with the kind of Karate Kid kick. But yeah. And then the shower scene later on or something.
The shower scene, right?
The crowd. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But the crowds were amazing. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Wacken's like I said just a few minutes ago, it's like 100,000 strong almost every year. So that's killer.
Yeah, every day for 4 days, I think. It was nuts. We managed to I think we did maybe one main stage, maybe one or two. The rest were kind of like the tents or whatever. But yeah, they packed out. It was crazy. We were playing awesome. 10,000 solid in that, which was a dream come true. And the crowds, I don't know, they just really they connect with what we do because it's real. And we've always wanted to set out to do that real and rock out and whatnot. So I know Matt, he's just running through the back of my head right now because that's all that fucking guy's ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
It's just be like just a mad guitarist, and he just lives for that live show, and he feeds my energy, and it kind of all just snowballed into this insane show, I guess.
He is one of my favorite guitar players to see live because I did lighting for you guys twice at the hall. And the first time I seen you, he stood up on that fucking tiny table with that little tiny fucking thing that went down the middle that usually sat out in the middle of the hall. He fucking jumped up on that and just shredded his heart out. And I was like, fuck yeah. I was the first time I seen you guys live, and I was absolutely flabbergasted by the performance.
He's just an infectious performer. Like, you know, I don't, for instance, when you play live, a lot of adrenaline kicks in. So you have a job at hand and you don't really focus on what you're doing a lot, or you do focus on it, so you're not enjoying it, whichever it is. So when I see photos back of Matt, I'm always just like, holy fuck, like this guy's really engaging people the whole and I'm kind of like just going through my words and having my moments. But
trying to remember what you got to say next. I get it. Yeah.
He's far more infectious with the crowd. I'm more likely to tell the crowd to fucking do something stupid, or he's more like, look at me. He's a lead guitarist. Come on.
Well, you told me a story recently. We were chatting and you were talking about you asked the crowd to throw beer cans at you or something. What the hell was that story? Like, that was hilarious.
That was at the music hall, actually. And
of course.
The more that I've discovered, you know, the community of Oshawa, that was a really fucking, they were waiting for that moment. Yeah, I said, I go, one guy threw a beer can and it fucking almost smacked me in the head. So I was just like, is that all you fucking got? Come on. And I said, just bring it on.
So you were that night. You were was it another band headlining or something like that, and that didn't like the beer can thing?
That was the Wild that you were playing with, right?
Wild, yeah.
Beer can.
I was probably deliberately fucking trying to trash the stage so they flipped over.
Nice.
So Leon, had you not been a rock star, right? Which, you know, we're clearly stating you're a rock star. What would have been your career path? Would you have been a school teacher?
You can't drink in school. That's the problem.
Yeah. No. Yeah. What was that?
You would have been a porn star. We already discussed this.
It never entered your mind. Yeah, that's right.
No, I was doing primary teaching for a year, and we got our first tour offer of 40 shows. So I said to myself, I'm out of here. This is the best excuse to do this fucking thing.
Yeah.
So I did. I didn't really connect with school, or I think it's because I had school 24/7 because my parents were teachers and my mum was kind of more down the strict line. So I kind of had school all the time. So when I was at school, I didn't like it. And then at home, I was forced to do school. So music was my way to just not do school. And
I need to go on tour to get out of here.
No, I mean, that question about you being a teacher, when I threw that in, that wasn't me being sarcastic, because right now I remember you mentioning that your parents were teachers. But that's pretty wild career change, right?
Sorry, I missed that.
I think Heiko asked if
both of them, yeah.
Were teachers? Wow. I see what you mean.
My dad was a music teacher, a high school music teacher. My mum was an English teacher.
Wow.
Which is funny because you don't really teach it. You don't really teach English as an English teacher. But,
so, are you both your parents retired now from teaching, or what?
Yeah, they are. Dad does the occasional days substitute teaching, pulls a bit of cash. Why not?
Right,
but,
exactly.
they were good teachers. Like they really put a lot of time in at home, and I still think teachers get way fucking paid holidays, but don't take that up with a teacher. But
right, yeah, that'd be a hell of a fight at home with your parents.
Let's get. Hang on a minute. Let's get a profession that pays us 13 to 15 weeks paid holidays a year. Happy day.
Right, that's some perfect touring opportunities, right? Because it's in the summer to boot.
This would fire my mum up to no extent. It'd be like,
So you're not going to share this to her, tell her to watch it, then I take it.
Got a lot of holidays. And then they go,
no
oh,
kidding.
we work so hard. We deserve our holidays. And I'm like, what about the fucking person at Walmart? They work hard too.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna
spade, man.
pop another drink here and play our drinking song. So cheers to
Yeah, let's do
Leon and Bandwagon, and let's have a listen.
Check out my bag, Spud.
Yeah. So that was from the Banana Splits, right? Did I get that right, Hike?
You did.
Leon, are you going to get another drink?
I think he's went for a piss or something. He's been drinking just as heavy as we have been tonight.
So, boy, crikey. We're creeping Leon's apartment right now, or his house or whatever.
Yeah. He just moved there actually like last Monday or I think it was last Monday he moved.
Right. So
just so you know, guys, we've got 15 minutes left.
Okay.
Oh, have we?
So, G, is there any more emails by chance?
Yeah, there's one from Derek whatever, and he says, "Hey Leon, congrats on your success. What's it like going from that bar band small venue thing to the first time you play to a huge German crowd?"
Oh, good question.
Did you get that, Leon? He's looking like he's not hearing shit right now.
I think he's formulating his thought. He's a professional.
I got.
Oh.
Is it like the feeling after you play bar to a big German festival crowd?
Yeah, so going from a bar band to being able to stand out in front of a huge German crowd like at Wacken and shit like that. Like, what's that like? How do you feel about that? What's it like?
Yeah, it's wicked. That particular day was one of the most privileged days as a musician I could have ever asked for. And took it very, very seriously. I was super nervous, and that's a big crowd to win over.
Mm-hmm.
There's all you have to. There's a time for fun and games, and then there's a time for work, and that was one of the times to work. And I don't remember a bloody thing about the gig except coming off the stage, and they were, I'd say there was probably 15,000 people there going nuts for more songs, and I just fell into the grass in the paddock behind the stage. It was actually a moment I'll never forget. It was beautiful blue skies. I usually get a bit of mud there. We experienced that at other festivals, but yeah.
So with all kidding aside, though, when you're doing a big show like that, or any size show, really, it doesn't matter. But if things you're being a professional, right? But if things don't go well, all you have to do is moon the crowd, right?
It's breaking. It's breaking up a lot here. I gotta. Should I try and join the stream again?
Yeah, you can if you want to try it.
Can I try and join this?
Yeah, he is breaking up. I'm noticing that here too. We're having a hard time with.
Yeah. Darn, we didn't get him to talk about mooning the crowd, which I think
we were breaking up, and I noticed that with his stream too.
Yeah,
but yeah. So yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, it's not every day you get to sit and chat with somebody that's got to do all this stuff, and when you have the opportunity, it's pretty awesome. I've spent many nights chatting with Leon and just picking his brain, and he, there's great stories he can tell publicly, and then there's also great stories he can't say. So I've had the privilege of being on both sides of that with him, and whenever you get to meet and chat with any of these people, especially if it's off of kind of not public, to hear the real deal of what musicians go through is incredible. You know, like some of the experiences these guys have, and it's exciting, man. Like, who wouldn't want to live a lifestyle like that? You know, if you can do it. Absolutely.
Right.
Great times, great music. Lazies, I'm huge fan of their music. I was a fan of their music before I had the privilege of meeting the band, and then to get to meet such amazing individuals. You know, they're the nicest dudes you'll ever meet, and they're no different than you and I. They have a wicked Australian accent and just love to party. So fuck, are you kidding me? Doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
But see, most people even just dream of going to Bakken, one of the best metal concerts on the planet, but that's just going to watch it. Imagine playing there. That would be unbelievable.
Well, to put that into perspective, Wacken, when they put tickets on sale, you got to remember, like, you're talking 90 to 100,000 people. It sells out in less than a day. Like, in a few hours, it's sold out. And that, you know, people go from all over the world to that. And Wacken is a tiny little town. And that whole town makes a huge living off of that show. So everyone kind of converts and changes the whole town, and it becomes Wacken. So absolutely, it's killer.
Yeah. So we got Leon back on. Hey,
there
back.
he is.
My connection's way better now.
There you go. Good to have you back,
It's
brother.
getting a little Parkinson's for a while.
We were just, while you were gone, we were actually just chatting about Wacken and what that is, and how like when Wacken opens up tickets for the show each year, within a few hours of the day it opens, it's sold out. 100,000 tickets done.
Yeah.
You know, and that entire town, it's the town of Wacken, Germany. It literally changes, like, the whole town makes so much money off of this. So they love it, and they just. I've literally watched the sped up. I think it's on YouTube, where you can watch the filming of the whole Wacken experience from just the field to the final setup for the show to start, and fans coming in, and to see it in fast, like, really speed. It's killer.
So Tara, to move on from Wacken, because that's an awesome festival, but there are a lot of great country festivals out there too that we're not talking about. But
you say country?
Anyway, no, I just want.
Yeah, because that's where the Lazies are heading next, to country festival.
Okay, so we're going to be wrapping up soon, but Leon, back to a big reason why you're here, Bandwagon. What can you tell us in the last few minutes that we have in terms of any plugs that you want to do, or anything specific? Do you guys have? I know you've been running these Instagram contests and stuff like that to win social time with Leon when it's allowed, some private time or something like that. But tell us what's going on. Maybe you got something going on there, or just how artists can get a hold of you. You mentioned your website, email earlier. So tell us more about that.
Bandwagon workshops at gmail.com. I just urge anybody out there who wants to learn more about the music industry or songwriting, or anything that you encompasses what you want to do with the next steps of your career, is what this design is designed for. And it's not just me, there's a lot of mentors that you can talk to, and I can facilitate that. I want to facilitate that. A big thing I want to mention is intellectual property. A lot of bands these days feel record deals might be the way for them to go, but whether a record label is actually even interested in someone at the demo stage these days, I doubt it. Unless those songs were mind-blowing. I should mention Bandwagon wants to sort of like offer that sort of coaching in songwriting. But, a lot of labels now are signing 360 deals. That's okay, potentially, for a band at the level where they can offer those rights to the company for whatever business move they want to make. But you should hold on to those until you're in a position that they're going to be worth something. Right. And they're only going to be worth something to the band if the band hangs on to them. So Be careful what you sign. Be careful what you sign. Be careful who you work with. And I think I'm a pretty transparent kind of guy. except to all my ex-girlfriends, but don't worry about that.
You and me both, brother.
Nice one.
Actually, I'm pretty. You know what? I don't reckon there's an ex-girlfriend that doesn't like me. So that's a nice little thing. That's a nice little way to pump my own tires this interview. But
There you go.
So,
But, like,
Gary, do
yeah,
you have
like,
any more
it-
emails?
No more emails, and
Okay.
you guys got just under 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. So, Leon, Gary's our producer and for Reality Radio 101. And so he's usually going through emails and stuff like that for us. But Gary, in his own right, is a musician and has a band called Walker's K, and they've done a lot of, I guess, publicist stuff recently, and great band. So, a band like theirs, would probably want to maybe take advantage of some of that mentoring, right? So, my takeaway from it is I think you're doing a pretty brilliant thing. The timing during COVID and all the new changes and the new normals, I think is again brilliant because it's going to create a revenue stream for you as well as likely other bands that can, if they can't get over there and perform live, I'm sure you can make arrangements to do some kind of streaming with some very credible organizations and other musicians. So hats off, because I think this is something that, I'm surprised about. You've got tons of energy. You're a wild man on stage, and it's just an awesome show. But at some point, that momentum starts to change, or maybe the things change in the music industry. And I've seen so many musician rock stars come out of it, and just not being able to sustain because they haven't thought of a second career. And what's amazing about you guys is that you're doing that now, and
Even before you need it.
but you're building something that if you continue on, and by all means, if you're looking to get yourself investment help or whatever you need, but I think it's a brilliant idea and you need to expand on it, and you're going to be for years to come, you'll become a mentor and can continue to be one long after your rock star career ends. So keep going
And with
with
that being said, I am so stoked about the next Lazy's album, by the way. I can't fucking wait. Can't wait.
You got that right.
Oh my God.
Thank you for saying those. My connection's absolutely shonky right now, but I kind of was picking up everything you were saying then, and I appreciate it, and you guys having me on the show.
Yeah, dude, you always have. You're always welcome on the show. When things get better, we'd sooner have you in studio with us. So we're gonna make that happen. But you are always welcome on. Because we're at the end of the show now anyway. So thank you so much for doing this, dude.
Yeah, I'll come over. I'll come over next time.
Yeah, it would be great. I think that would be better.
We'll get you in the studio and we'll hook you up.
Yeah, we'll sit around and drink heavily and do reality radio.
Well, thanks a ton for being on, Leon.
Thanks, pal.
Thanks, brother.
It was really awesome.
Say hi to Maddie and the boys, and we wish you well with Bandwagon, and any support you need from us, you just let us know.
We will forever support you anyways, brother. But if there's anything else you want to promote, let us know, dude.
All right. You, brother.
Love you, dude. We'll talk to you soon, all right? Cheers, mate.
Bandwagon.
Love you. Love you lots. Bye.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Brother. Cheers.
Cheers, ciao. Bye.
Fuck, that was awesome. I love having him on the show. That was great.
Yeah.
He's quite the character.
Oh,
all right, Gary,
he's a great guy.
If you want to lead us out? Hi, Heidi, new listener.
Hi, Heidi.
Thank you, my dear. Thanks for being here.
The people that were a part of our show tonight. I want to thank Sandy from LA, Derek. I want to wish him a happy birthday because nobody else fucking did. And Stan from Washington, Keisha from Barrie, and Bobby Cuz. So you guys, it's been great. Awesome guests tonight. And we're going to be back here a week from tonight. Aren't we? Where are you guys?
We're here.
Well,
I'm here.
Yeah, we're here.
you're here.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't hear anybody else.
Yeah,
All
we
right, guys. Well, we'll be back here next Monday night, 9:15, on the Heikadelic Show on Reality Radio 101.
Thank you for listening to the Heiko Show with your host, Heiko.
Okay, everyone. So that was Leon from the Lazies on the Heikadelic Show and on all of our social media streams, Facebook, YouTube, and all that stuff. And we are always live on audio. And we got our new report on some of the listenership consistently is over 4,000 with reality radio. So this is great, and it's all possible with the support by listening in and participating. So thank you very much for that. I'm not sure what happened to Mr. Code. I think he was probably winded so much that he dropped back and maybe passed out in his washroom. I'm really not sure. Hey, Tara, are you there, or what's going on? Hello? Okay. Well, he's out for the evening, I suppose. But I'm going to trail us out here and stay tuned next Monday night, and we will let you know what we got in store for you then. Tara, we're still streaming. Do you want to say anything to the crowd before we, to the listeners before we sign off?
Who are you talking to? Heiko?
No, I was talking to you, Terry, because Heiko's gone and
he's
I
gone.
ditched the stream over there. So
sorry, I've had a few enjoying that show. It was what a blast, and thank you so much, Leon, coming on tonight. That was just this has been awesome. Like I said earlier, you will always have an open door to the show, and just thanks for doing that. Thanks for everybody, on Facebook for being here with us tonight, and thank you everybody on Reality Radio, YouTube, wherever the hell you found us tonight. Thanks for being here because we need you.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
Hey, this is Michael Graves, and you are listening to the Heikadelic Show right here on Reality Radio 101. Can you save me? Take this pain away. Can you save me?
Good night, everybody, and stay safe.
Yeah, thanks.